All right. Well, thank goodness I have multiple streams on Sunday. Otherwise, I would forget my head if it wasn't screwed on. There was a few things that I started talking about on the MS Saga stream that I didn't actually get a chance to fully cover here, and that is that I did actually successfully hook up both my PlayStation TV, for which I still have a handful of games, and my Wii U to my streaming machine. So, I have games like Hyrule Warriors and Bayonetta 2 and Mighty Number 9 and Super Mario Brothers U and a sealed copy of Xenoblade Chronicles X that I actually purchased at launch and never played. And of course, I have a wide variety of original Wii games, the memory card for which are still in this unit and playable. So I have Pandora's Tower, and I have Xenoblade Chronicles, and what else do I have? I have just a ton of stuff. I have Muramasa and other games of that nature. So I have a ton of stuff that I can actually share with you as soon as I figure out how I want to do the presentation of this channel going forward. So so there's a lot of stuff lined up that we're actually going to be doing very soon. And hello, Galix, welcome back. And of course, we will be doing Castlevania Aria of Sorrow momentarily. So I just wanted to share those additional news items. So in addition to adding the MMO stream with classic MMOs specifically, things like Ultima Online, the revived City of Heroes, um, um, even EverQuest, or technically World of Warcraft is almost a 20-year-old game now. So, there's a lot of things that we can actually do with MMO Mondays going forward. So I'm pretty excited to be able to actually produce a lot of new content for you guys and be more of a proactive participant in my own channel. So hopefully that brings people around to give us a look and give us a try. But I am pretty pleased about it because, as you can see here, I have my Wii U gamepad here, and if you look carefully at the screen behind me, you can see the edge of it. Actually, the main screen for the Wii U is projected onto that machine. And one of the things I do want to do in order to sort of streamline this whole thing is add a second monitor and a splitter, so that way when I'm actually playing the games, I have the screen in front of me as it appeared when I played the games on television. So to kind of, ow, Doodles! I am not a scratching post. Thank you. You want to come up here on the stream, you jump up on my lap. That's how it works. Come here. Come here, Doodles. Let's see, now she's giving me the cold shoulder because I yelled at her. Well, you dug your claws fully into my leg, Doodles. So, that's what happens when you do that kind of thing. So anyway, so yeah, I'm working on trying to create a lot of different content because aside from my work in rideshare and doing deliveries and stuff like that, I have a lot of time. If I actually bothered to rest properly, I would still have a metric ton of time where I'm not doing something else. So I could be actually creating content and getting on social media and doing the important things instead of just sitting here and watching random YouTube videos that don't amount to anything except my personal enjoyment. But that's a whole other conversation. Isn't that right, Doodles? Yes, that's right, Doodles. This is Doodles, the elder baby. She's been sniffling and hacking all day, but all of a sudden she just stopped. So hopefully that's a good sign. Isn't that right, Doodles? Yes, you're sniffling less now. You're not going bleh, 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 like you were earlier. Yes. Yes. She's got her back to the camera right now, so you can't see her smiling cat face. Oh, God, now it's cat time. So we'll get underway momentarily, but I just wanted to share that additional information that I didn't share in the previous stream. I'm pretty excited about that. And like I said, while I would like to get my PS4 working, I have big plans for more PSP games. I have big plans for PS4 games. Specifically, I want to play Final Fantasy Type 0, which barely. We're gonna reinterpret my 8-year rule to mean original release. So even though the HD version did come out technically in 2015, I think it was 2014, it might eke in under the radar for my 8-year rule for this channel. But if not, I can always be a jerk and say, well, the original game came out on the PSP in 2011, so if you don't like it. But I'm not normally that way. Or am I? I guess you'll just have to watch my channel and find out. And of course, Wednesday we will be returning with Fragments of Silicon. Fragments of Silicon is actually still ongoing, and their new season just recently started. But what I meant to say was we will be returning for season 14. We'll put 10 and 4 fingers there. Season 14 of Moonhawk Studios presents with our old friend SF Debris, Chuck Sonnenberg, and his good friend, and ours as well, Louis Lovehog, a.k.a. Linkara from Atop the Fourth Wall. So I'm very, very excited to present that, because that will be at 9 p.m. Mountain Standard Time on Wednesday. So in the time slot where we used to have Last News Desk on the left, we're going to be bringing back our old-fashioned entertainment podcast, and we'll see how that goes. I'm going to be examining exactly the format of the show, but as it stands right now, we were running about an hour and 15 minutes. With the show dedicated at least a third to the crew and the remaining time to the guest. So we will have an introductory segment at the beginning, a approximately 40 to 45 minute interview segment, and then we will be discussing general entertainment news at the end, like we did in the old days. So I hope everybody will tune in and enjoy that. It is an audio only podcast. We will have Discord icons for all of the various individuals who will be participating, unless of course they're calling in from Skype. There will be some weeks where we will have that, and of course I don't believe I have an overlay for Skype, unfortunately, but we do have one for Discord through the Fragments of Silicon channel, much like we did when we were working with Last News Desk on the left. So without too much further ado, let's get the old game fired up there. But like I said, I just wanted to share a few items with you before we got rolling on this action adventure masterpiece. Let me load up the game real fast here. Alright, get my controller and hope that it's all still synchronized from the last time I played it. As you can see, I've made further enhancements to my overlay here. Alright, so last we played the game, we were nearing the end game content, and I don't believe there's any other parts of the castle I still need. Oh, there is still a room or two that I still... No, that's the sides of the garden. I'm pretty sure we cleared all of the remaining rooms except for those gray ones you see at the top there in the Hanging Gardens. So I think that's it. We've got the weapon that we need. Yeah. Don't touch me, lady. But I know we have all the souls that we need. As I said, I don't think I'm going to do a completionist run this time. I think I'm going to opt more for just kind of completing the game and letting it be. Down one, over one. Good lord, it still takes 3 hits to kill these guys. Yeah, we're not gonna mess with that dude. Thank you. level 52 is probably enough to get the job done. See, now, continuing the discussion from the previous stream, amusingly, Aria of Sorrow and most Game Boy games actually are reversed. They do actually treat A as accept and B as cancel. So, that part is true. What is going to be the fastest way to get to the gardens? I think this is this our best bet? Or should I, you know what, it's almost worth it to consider staying where I am. Yeah, I'm looking around the main map here. I'm not that worried about it. This game is not as hot to trot about overall percentage. I feel comfortable completing the game as long as we hit approximately 97%. And I think we'll get that by clearing these last big rooms here. Yeah, interestingly enough, I didn't actually mean to do that. Luckily, in this version, because you are Dracula incarnate, you can actually choose the warp room of your destination. Oh, I see. There's a room right there. I can... I probably could have just used the killer mantle, but... This was definitely a room I did not go into before. You know, just hit him a couple of times with Balor and it's fine. Oh yeah? Like that. Go ahead and explore these last little bits here. I think this is the only place where you find that enemy called Snolas. And that's interesting because that's a fun little reference in Hell of a Boss, because one of the main characters in Hell of a Boss is Stolas, a bird demon. Give her a giant punch in the face there. Right, exactly. Right. Obviously, in Hell of a Boss, he's quite stylized. And apparently, he has summoned skeleton knights. Valkyries are quite hard to hit, aren't they? Is there a secret room? There's clearly a secret room here that I'm just missing. I'm just sitting here, this giant sword is coming down on me, so my response, duck. Oh, I see. The part I missed was over here. Man, there is a lot of final guards here. Let's keep hitting them. Ah, good old Satan's ring. Yes, please to the stats. No to anything else. See, now I'm glad that you indirectly egged me on into looking for this last room. There's a secret room at the top, huh? Well, yeah. You're talking about that solo square that's up there, right? Like, we can see it on the map, we can't get there yet. I'm in the wrong space, basically. You know, it's just funny because it's like a lubricant feels like something that you do to your car, you know, when you need to change the oil or something. Yeah, I kind of see that. Oh, she dropped pudding. Oh, nice. Might be beneficial if I stop dicking around and find an actual save point. It's not like I'm doing poorly or anything, it's just after finding a significant item, it's generally not a good idea to diddle around. Oh my. Ho-ho! Unfortunately, it does lower some other stats quite a bit, but we did actually get the sword carried by the final guard. It would have been neat before if we'd have gotten it before the Climbus Elias. But the amusing thing is, I might not have gotten it if I didn't have this giant-ass sword. See, now the apprentice cat doesn't hurt me, but the big witch cat does hurt me. And that's always irritated me. I don't know if it amuses me or disturbs me that the Invisigirl falls backwards when I smack her with the sword like I spanked her. Just don't know how I feel about that. Get her. Alright, almost upon a save point here. Yeah, I'm not even gonna mess with her. Interesting. It looks like I've gone the wrong way again. But you know what? That's okay. Aha! A monoprism we didn't collect. Can always use those. They're 5%. Alright. think so? Alright. I like how I'm just running into a column I couldn't see for like a minute there. This is such a weirdly placed warp room. That time she deserved to be spanked. She was just napping over there. You could see it. Alright, let's warp back to the beginning, because I may need some health restorative items anyway. And I believe we will be getting Bullet's final, or Hammer's final stock now, so... Nothing's happened, I'm cool, ignore the red eyes. Alright, I picked up some junk here, so let's get rid of that. I believe I'm wearing Dracula's tunic right now, so even though it's cool, I really don't need the Eversing anymore. As much as I don't want to sell it, because it's such a rare drop, I kind of want to go ahead and buy the soul ring. Nah, I already sold it. Too late. Sorry. Well, as I said, though, it's kind of interesting because I think everything you sell here, you can buy back. It's just cost prohibitive. Nope, apparently not. Apparently not. All right.
Okay.
He's a terrible liar, ain't he? I forgot that you have that kind of. I don't know if I can call it touching or meaningful little cutscene with Mina there, but it's just as well we went back to the beginning. That way we get at least from a story perspective, a semi-completionist run. You can go to the final battles without doing that cutscene, but I think it kind of hurts the drama and the narrative of the whole thing we're doing here, you know? Oh yeah, I kind of forgot something. Kind of important. Got 2 potions, 9 high potions, 3 super potions. I suppose I've got a lot of stuff here. I probably could. Let's go back to Hammer real quick, just to make absolutely certain. We haven't ventured that far away yet. Because once I get up to the top of the castle, the last thing I'm going to want to do is futz around with... Coming back here. Is that all we got? Yeah, pretty much everything else is stuff we found around the castle. Hit this save point one last time. There's one in the gardens too, but... Oh, come on. Knocking the bones out of the air but not hitting him? Come on. Did I reset my souls? Yeah, that'll work. We'll just keep saving along the way. I think we need to go down one before we go over one. Alright, then we go up this corridor here. Alright. I believe this will be our last good save point before we get to the next area. I wonder if I could have gotten it earlier when I didn't have as good as stuff. The problem was, every time I went into that area, I was getting spanked. Hard. Don't worry, I'm not worried about having him as a stepladder. Alright, let's reveal this entire room. Get out of here. Get out of here with your junk. It's weird because normally if you clear these rooms, there's money at the top. But it's obvious I did not clear this room previously. Alright, now this is the big room. Yeah, I'm not gonna let a Mandragora get me that time. No thanks. Got him through the platform. That's hilarious. Oh, nice. Apparently he wasn't very successful at blocking my attacks. Just gonna... Ah. $1,000. Okay. All right. I think I've got the Ripper Soul, but I don't have the Altair Soul. So I want to grab it on the off chance, you know, if I'm going to do this. If I'm going to rip souls, I may as well get as many of them as I can, right? So that way I can use Headhunter more effectively. Yeah. Oh, believe me, I haven't forgot him. I figure since I'm also rapidly gaining experience here, may as well get to level 54. No harm, right? Alright, let's go get Kicker Boy down here. Oh, crap. Well, I guess we're going to be fighting a battle now. Yeah, I think you're right. Oh well. May as well get all of our little, I should be fine. This may come as a shock, but I'm actually surprisingly good at this battle. I just gotta watch out, try to minimize the number of whip hits I take. He doesn't have that many hit points. He's more of a pain in the ass than anything. Well, I could hit him with the Khalid Ball. I don't even know how to say that. Sword of Darkness that I picked up. That's much more effective. It's just that the Holy Sword actually gives me a pretty substantial boost in stats, so I could also hit him with Valor. Yeah, get away from that. We're good. Got him. Alright, now we're going to head back to the save point that I accidentally missed. I didn't even realize I still had this sword, which is hilarious. Cats are sneezing. Alright, so how do I get into that last room? Oh, so I go through the Julius room and then the next one is... That's what I thought. But I just wanted to make sure. Does it matter which way I go? Oh, and there's a save point in here too. There's actually a number of save points. Oh. Oh well, who cares? I've got 99.2%. Who gives a damn? Boy, if this was in high definition, that would be quite sickening to look at. There we go. I was like, which fucking direction do I go? Oh, hell. Adios, buddy. I think we'll keep the killer mantle on for a minute. At least you can't jump off the cliff. The enemies get a wee bit more menacing as you pass each segment. Although the lubricants are actually somewhat threatening. Double checking for leftover items. Really? Get your dumbass back over here. They're not really doing much damage to me, at least. Whoa! He says as he runs face first into the basilisk. Yeah, pretty much all of these rooms are just for looking cool. I'm just gonna get the hell out of here. Oh, hello, Daddy Bone. I suppose this would be one more opportunity to get the giant skeleton soul. Yeah. I believe this room would have the Chaos Ring in it if we had collected every soul in the game. Hey, we got our level up. I'm not sure. I think we had the stuff necessary to get them, especially with the Soul Eater ring. Like, I bought that in case I wanted to do it on my own and then do like a bonus episode of this series where I fight Chaos with the Chaos ring. Wasn't there another save point along the way though? Ah, ask and thou shalt receive. I don't know. Oh, forgot about the mimic. That was bunk. I took next to no damage, but still, I'm still annoyed. This guy is tough. It's funny that they put huge dollar amounts of money in here. I mean, do they think I'm going to go back or something? I'm trying to remember. I know there's at least one more save point along the way. Maybe. I know that enemy that was the ghost with the big sword there, with the broken big sword there, was somewhat. I think it was unique to this area. I don't know. I think you have to collect it and then go back to the, and then you can go back to the room if you have all the other souls. I think there's only 1 or 2 unique enemies here in the Chaos Realm. Apparently I had not yet collected the Dead Crusader. I think I can switch my souls back here. I think we're getting close to the end here. Wish I hadn't done that. Super potion is always worth having. Caught her with the edge of it. Do not want to futz around with that room. Yeah, I think you're right. Alistor is unique to this area. Which way is the save room? I don't want to, like, walk into the final room. Back to Killer Mantle. Okay, well, I'll take an item room. That's over. I just didn't want to, like, run into the final battle or something dumb. Okay. Oh dear. What the hell was this guy called? Is this another final guard and just palette swapped or something? Because that took a lot of hits to kill him. Oh, so there's another Stolas here. Okay, so that was a unique enemy then. Yeah, there's a few of them down here, so you'd have to, like, go there and then make your way back. God, I hate those clock tower bits. Ouch. That was a palpable hit. One of those oddly acceptable times to hit a woman. Uh, I'm just not even gonna mess with these succubi. I don't know why it's such habit to look at the map every 5 seconds. Ain't gonna get away from me this time. Oof. Got him. Oh! Now that's a soul to collect right there. Save room? Mimic. You son of a bitch. Yeah, I'm not fighting that guy again. Not unless I have to. Alright, there's... I believe that is the final door, yes? Here we go. I've only lost to Chaos on the first try twice? On 2 different playthroughs. Let's see if we can do it. Here we go. Alright, so souls will be locked until we get rid of these items on the side. Watch my hit points. Alright. Now, if we put out these eyes, it'll substantially lower the center part's defense. Ah! I wasn't paying attention to my health there at the last minute. Well, at least we get to watch the bad ending. Unfortunately, that was dumb on my part, because if I'd have just healed really quickly there, this battle would have been over really fast. Indeed. We unlocked Julius mode. Well, don't get excited, folks. We're not done yet. Alright, let's try this again. At least the save point's like right at the door. Alright, time to skip over all this nonsense. Got him. Okay, and we didn't take nearly as much damage on the first battle as last time. Alright, we're still okay. I'm thinking about this for a second here. Is there another soul that I could use that would be more effective at hitting the upper corner? There. Just start slamming away at it. I'm just going to take the hits and just keep bashing at it. There we go. As far as final battles go, this is actually pretty weak. I literally just blew it on timing. Yeah, I was just trying to decide what was the best course of action, but I figured just whacking away at it was the way to go. Yeah. Exactly. Little riff on Bloody Tears there. There's a cat dying in the background. Goodness gracious. Alright, so there's the real end credits roll. Now, of course, getting this ending will unlock boss rush mode as well as a few other things. But we did unlock Julius mode, so all the stuff is in place. Right. Well, and also we unlocked hard mode so we can get really dumb stuff too. All right. All right. So let's see how far I can get in the boss rush. Let's find out. Yep. I don't think I'm going to need giant bat. I'm just looking at a couple of things here real quick. Jesus. It lowered me to level 40. Right. This is going to be an obscenity. Go ahead. Be hilarious if I made it all the way through, wouldn't it? Yep, just keep stabbing him, buddy. Croaked in like 5 seconds. Well, this might be the end of the line for me. I can't get past his fists. Yeah, I wasn't very good at evading that one. I'm not sure if I do or not. I might have gotten it, but, you know. Huh. Uh, well, I don't want to make up a lot of content here, so I think the next thing to decide, I was contemplating a few different things to replace this segment. Now we have a few options for, say, for example, the Vita, because I have Tales of Hearts R, which I never originally completed but would like to, and I am again looking at trying to get the translation patch here for Tales of Innocence R. I think it would be nice to kind of change things up a little bit and take on more of an action RPG. So these two Tales games for the Vita are a potentially hot prospect here, and I'm leaning somewhat towards Tales of Hearts R, but we'll see how I feel. What I need to do is I need to download the patch for Tales of Innocence R and see how far I can get with it on my own. It's like play with it for a little while and then see if, first of all, if this particular machine is going to do a good job of playing the game, because that'll be a big determining factor. I'm going to download the emulator and the patch file and then see how it works, because the only other way to do it would be to jailbreak my legit Vita and then copy the game to the memory card and patch it and run it that way. And I'm not real keen on the idea of jailbreaking my Vita. It's one of those things that if I accidentally brick it in the process, I'm not going to pay to replace it. Just simple as. So, just to be clear on that one, my hesitation is that I don't accidentally want to brick my unit. Well, I mean, I bought mine used to begin with, so I'm not terribly worried about whether or not they're making new ones. I just don't want to. It's one of those things to where at this point, because it's a dead console, I don't want to buy another one. The other thing I would need to jailbreak it for would be if I were to try. Apparently, you can actually get full HD quality video out of the USB port if you jailbreak it and install a particular app. So I mean, there are a couple of incentives. Who knows? Maybe I will buy one just to see if I accidentally brick it. If I can find one on the cheap, like if people want to donate to help me get one on the cheap that I can jailbreak and leave my original unit pristine, I may actually consider it, because that would be a slightly better way, because if I reacquire some of the games that I've had over the years, I would imagine that I used to have a much more extensive library. These are the only 3 physical games I had left. I used to have PlayStation All Stars and what was it? There was a game made by the same people who made Demon Souls that was kind of interesting, and there was a lot of, and of course Gravity Crush, and there was a lot of Atlas games and things like that came out for the Vita that I wouldn't mind having again and playing for everybody on stream here on Retro Gaming Emporium. Now, Tales of Hearts R, again, the original game came out in Japan quite a long time ago, but this version of it was actually released in 2015. So if I wanted to be hard and fast about my rule of what constitutes a retro game, this one would be off the list, and Tales of Innocence R would be the one to keep, because this one actually came out in 2008. It's been around for quite some time. According to this, it looks like it was released in 2012 for the Vita. So, original game came out in 2006, I believe, for the Nintendo DS or something. And then they added a lot of stuff to it for the R, which I can't remember if it means remastered or... There was actually a specific word attached to it, because the stuff that they added to it significantly changed the storyline. So much more significant than the kind of superficial changes that were added to Tales of Hearts. They added a whole other weirdo character that I felt was completely unnecessary to the R version of Tales of Hearts. But we'll see. We'll see what makes the most sense. Maybe I misremembered it and it was actually 2014 or something like that. But I very strongly remember it being something that I got during the last year that my ex and I were together. So 2015 is really ringing a bell, striking a chord, as they say. Alternatively, I do also have, as I said, I have some Wii U stuff, and let's try not to knock my gamepad onto the floor here. But I have quite a bit of stuff on here, and it looks like I need to get a new memory card for this because the memory module that I have is a 16 gigabyte Kingston Data Traveler, and apparently it's faulty because when I try to play Shantae Half Genie Hero, the game stutters a lot when the drive accesses. So I'm kind of worried about that. So I'm going to need to get a new flash drive for that, or possibly an external hard drive because I do have a 32 gig solid state drive that's just wasting space around here somewhere. Put that into an external enclosure and use that instead to run the Wii U. But before I start streaming anything like that, I'd like to make absolutely certain that my memory storage module for all my DLC and stuff isn't foobar. And one thing I discovered last night when I was updating my Wii U and making sure that it was all set to go was not only was there a metric ton of downloadable content that I didn't already play with on Hyrule Warriors, but I had $28 sitting in my Nintendo eShop account. So I used that to buy the remaining DLC that I didn't have for the game, and so there's some other stuff. So apparently the controversy over not having Linkle and a few other characters playable that they added to the 3DS version. What was that? Hyrule Warriors Legend or whatever it was. Not quite a sequel, but a sort of remake of the original Wii U game. This created a huge uproar, and I guess in update 1.12 or whatever it is, that is the current iteration of the game, they unlocked those characters and added them to the original Hyrule Warriors. Yeah, well, I mean, I wonder if it's only a matter of time, and I guess it would I guess it would be I guess it would be determined over whether or not they add it to at least the Nintendo Switch version, which I don't currently have. But if everybody would like to pitch in, I am contemplating, since the eShop is still open for the Wii U, and this is the original console that it was designed for, actually getting Legend of Zelda Breath of the Wild for Wii U, since that's the console that I own. And I'm not look, I know everybody's going to say, oh, just get the Switch, do this, do that. I'm not in the mood to buy a whole other console right now. For the same reasons that I don't want to spend money frivolously on buying a second Vita just so I can accidentally brick one of them. Yeah, and it's perfectly good, but it's $60. And I'm having like this kind of existential crisis moment where I'm not sure I want to spend that kind of money out of my own pocket just to own it for the Wii U. Um, I'll see if I can find a used copy at GameStop. They may still have Wii U games at GameStop, so or I'll check Bookman's and see if they've got it. Bookman's is a unique Tucson resource that we have here in town that allows me to purchase used games at substantially discounted prices. But if I were to buy a legitimate new digital copy of the game, two things would have to happen. I would have to buy a vastly expanded external drive. And I'd also have to spend $60 on it. Plus, there's DLC and all that extra crap. But I'm pleased that the eShop is still open for the moment because that means that I can reacquire stuff. So that'll be cool, and that'll give us some additional flavor to the channel. So, like I said, I'm deciding whether or not I want to just jump right into Harmony of Dissonance, or if I want to play something on the Wii U, maybe Shantae or something like that. I'm not sure yet. I do want to fix that stuttering problem because if the drive is failing, because it gives me error messages periodically saying the drive needs to be reformatted and sent back to the manufacturer. So And that's sad too because the drive probably has only about 50 hours on it, so that's pretty sad. But once I get that situation resolved, as I said, I've got a 32 gigabyte solid state drive sitting around here in an external enclosure. If I stick that bad boy on there, I'm sure it'll work just fine, and I'll transfer all my data over there from the data traveler and just chuck that drive away or format it or whatever it was. I remember having problems with the USB ports on the Wii U before. It was one thing that isn't talked about widely, but they weren't super stable, and I don't know why. And the sad thing is that the memory card slot on the front of the unit is only for the Wii games. So if you had Wii games and eShop stuff from the original Wii, the card reader on the front of the Wii U was only to be used for that, which I thought was stupid. It's like, why not just let people put in 32 or 64 gig memory cards into the front of the unit? That would solve the problem, wouldn't it? And it would also be a much more elegant solution than something that, if you hit it just wrong, you'd break off the front. And believe me, I've done that because I have a piece of aluminum foil stuffed in a USB port on the front of my computer here from when my cats decided to yank off my GameStop Xbox 360 controller in the middle of a session. And I was already having enough problems with that. Still trying to figure out what to do with my regular gaming machine, though, because even though I've managed to synchronize the PS4 controller with it, none of the damn games I have recognize it. Steam recognizes it as a PS4 controller, though, so at least there's that. I can use big screen, and I can play a bunch of my Steam stuff, and I do have Apex Legends for Steam, so I want to get. I have this drafting chair bookmark because my gaming machine actually sits up here on the shelf, and as I mentioned on a previous stream, I want to get a sort of floating keyboard and mouse tray that I can clamp onto this shelf, and then I found this drafting chair that extends in height to 4'11", so I can actually sit up here and use my IPS display almost at eye level. In which case, then I'll be switching over to that machine for Overwatch and Apex and Warframe or Warface and whatever else I decide I'm going to play on Facebook or whatever. And who knows? I may play some more Return to Castle Wolfenstein or whatever, but there will be something that will fill this time slot before too long, and I should have a decision in the next week as to what I'm going to be playing. And if anybody has any ideas that they wish to share in that regard, I am open to suggestions. The only criteria is that I have to be able to confirm that I own it for the moment, and I'm going to put an asterisk on that because I want to be able to play games that I physically own. So it would just be preferable. It's not a hard rule, but it's like 95%. So, because with playing these patched games, for example, I do want to get into Valkyria Chronicles 2 and 3, and so on and so forth. I had an opportunity to buy Valkyria Chronicles 3 extended, and I didn't. But I do have the ROM and the patch for it into English, so which that's also still evolving. So we'll see how that develops too. But it is fully playable now, even if the menus are a tiny bit broken. But they haven't translated the DLC, for example. So lots of different options on the plate. But in the immediate foreseeable future, I definitely have a Tales game for the PlayStation TV. And I, of course, have my library of Wii U games plus a few downloadable games that are still playable. So once I determine that, we'll move forward with that. And of course, I've got my I've got my pink Wii Motion Plus controller for the original Wii. So I mean, oh Jesus, it's been a while since I pressed these buttons. They're a little sticky. All right, now that we loosened that up, I do have an Energizer rechargeable battery pack. Hopefully that still works and isn't swelling. That would be bad. There's always a risk of soda and cat whiz in almost anything that I own. And such are the joys of pet ownership, right? So I just wanted to share a few ideas with you guys about what may... Oh man, I lost the pink back cover for this. It used to have a little grip on it and everything. I have a red one that has an actual... I have a red Mario edition Wiimote as well. And then I have a vintage black one. And I have a cyan colored one, all with Wii Motion Plus. So if I wanted to play games like, New Super Mario Brothers or anything like that, having the actual Wii remote is preferred. And if I play Xenoblade Chronicles in this tight little corner over here, the last thing I want to be, or, Legend of Zelda Skyward Sword, the last thing I want to be doing is going, hey! Like this with my Wii remote with all these damn monitors around. You know those stories about people putting their Wii remotes through their LCD television screens? That would be me. I damn near put one through our 37-inch LG TV. It's true, but I'd feel a little chintzy doing this on stream. Because I know you can do little flick motions like this and it has the same effect. But damn, we had a hard time. When I fought Demise the first time in Skyward Sword, I'm just like, ah! Like that all over the place. Because I could not get Link to draw that lightning to save my life. Took me like 4 or 5 tries before I was finally able to get the timing down just right. But, Skyward Sword is also on the table because most Wii games do not have a sub-screen. And this is something that's actually been driving me bonkers. There is a mod that you can get for the gamepad that will allow you to actually output it using micro USB to a video capture source. There are some games that I think the viewers would actually get a really nice, cheap thrill if I could actually project the Wii U gamepad into the stream. And most streamers who play Wii U games don't do that. There is extra content there. And so in some instances, it would be nice to be able to actually have that in a little window, like a video capture source, like I was using a webcam or something like that. And it's just, by default, the technology is not enabled for that, and it's irritating. And I have been looking for a cost-effective solution to this that doesn't destroy my gamepad, because you know how goddamn expensive these things are. And of course, you can see I've got the white one because I was a cheapskate idiot and I bought the 8 gigabyte unit. If I had the damn 32 gigabyte Legend of Zelda edition, it probably wouldn't be such a problem. Oh yeah, external storage. Woo, it's cheap. Yeah, we'll just use a 16 gig flash drive that 10 years later is taking a shit. So yeah, I've got, you can't accuse me of not having an investment in my original gear though. I had all the important stuff. I have some pretty good games. I bought the Pro controller. The Wii U Pro controller. And I actually have the Pro gamepad for the Wii. So if I were to play games like Tatsunoko versus Capcom just for shits and giggles, I have the means to actually play that game effectively. Have you tried playing a fighting game with a Wii remote? You want to talk about... That's a perfect example of that. And I was actually pretty good with the Wii remote and the secondary... The trigger attachment, the analog stick and trigger attachment. I was actually shockingly good with it, but that is not something as a, you want to talk about gamer's creed or something like that. That is not something I would wish on my worst gaming enemy. Is trying to play fighting games with the dumb Wii remote. Get the Pro controller. It's not that expensive. The nunchuck, yes, that's the... It is, but not. I would definitely play Xenoblade Chronicles with the Wii remote and nunchuck, but I would not. I don't recommend it for everything. And if you can play it with the Pro controller, with the RPG controller, it's so much better. And I have all the good stuff. I have all the good Wii stuff too. I have Xenoblade Chronicles. I have Pandora's Tower. I have what is it? The Last Story? The trio of games that were part of Operation Rainfall. In addition to the Tales games that were also dragged along with it, Xenoblade Chronicles, Pandora's Tower, and the Last Story from Mistwalker, the company founded by the original creator of Final Fantasy, they're actually excellent games, and I'm really shocked that they made such an advanced 3D game for the Wii. The Last Story, yes, that's it. Yeah, I had downloaded Terra Battle for my iPhone long ago, and I guess they've got a Terra Battle 2 out now or something. And unfortunately, I never got to complete the game. Now it's offline. But Mistwalker is going pretty much exclusively mobile games now. They really don't do the whole console scene much anymore. Although I did hear a rumor that they were working on one really big console game to kind of round things out. So I'll keep you posted on that. But I'm kind of a fan because Nobuo Uematsu, of course, is the composer for most of their games, and it's all good. It's all good. But yeah, hopefully, like I said, hopefully I can bring you guys a lot more content, and we're gonna get some more interesting games because part of my promise here at Retro Gaming Emporium is to try to bring more things that are popular but not necessarily as widely played. I mean, that was a pretty big gamble on my part to bring MS Saga to the masses, especially considering how few other streamers actually played this game to completion. A couple of YouTubers have done it, and a handful of people on Twitch have actually done it. But like I said, I want to bring some variety, and I do have some unusual and rare picks still in my collection, even though I did have to put a lot of it in hock in order to pay my bills over the last 5 years. So I used to have an incredibly expansive collection. I had all of the Atelier games and all of their expanded editions for the Vita and the PS3 and PS4. I had all the Tales games up to Tales of Zestiria. I had the Mana Khemia games, Chaos Wars, all kinds of crazy shit. So a lot of different things on the table as potentials for this channel going forward. And like I said, I really want to make it a somewhat unique experience for everybody because I want to share a lot of my firsthand experience with these consoles and this equipment and these games with everybody, to kind of dip their toe into those nostalgic waters. It's like it's like the nostalgia critic says, I remember it so you don't have to. But there's some stuff worth remembering, and who knows? Maybe you guys will be inspired to try it yourselves, or download a digital copy, or pick it up on the virtual console or something like that from my experiences. All right, so yeah. But anyway, that's the rules. Any games that are suggested, you can feel free to DM me, leave it in the comments section. If I don't respond, don't take it personally, because I've got a lot of stuff on my plate, and I'm trying to, manage it all. But do you can also join our Discord. There is a permanent open link down on the down below the video to join our Discord channel. It doesn't have a lot of activity in it now, but I am hoping to change that in the immediate foreseeable future. Plus, you can also join the Fragments of Silicon channel. We do frequently host their channel here on Retro Gaming Emporium when we're offline, and they are online. You can offer suggestions and stuff like that through any of the channels that I will check, because I as the co-founder of Fragments of Silicon, I do keep an eye on what they're doing over there. So even if you don't see me there, my presence is still felt. And like I said, don't forget to tune in tomorrow. We will be doing more MMO madness on Mondays on Max Monday MMOs, or Max MMO Mondays. That's what it was. We'll be playing City of Heroes Homecoming ever since they opened up the servers to streamers. I couldn't tell you how overjoyed I am. And my good friend Shadows Mist will be returning to co-stream with me before too long. So I'm looking forward to that. Hopefully, maybe not, if not next week, the week after that, we'll be able to make a regular thing out of it on Monday nights until her next con crush. So, and then, as I said, Wednesday is the big night. Moonhawk Studios Presents returns for season 14 with SF Debris and Linkara, a double threat to be sure. So be sure to join us tomorrow night at 9 p.m. Mountain Standard Time for Monday MMOs, and Wednesday night at 9 for Moonhawk Studios Presents season 14, episode 1. Until then, I'm your host, Mac Paladin. Thanks for watching, kids. Stay safe out there.